Hello, this is Rich at Capital. This is going to be a follow-up to some work we did here, it's about 4 days ago now, to make an even split out of these, out of a overwintered colony. And you can kind of see how we left it last time. Hive on the left, hive on the right. The one on the right was actually the original boxes. The one on the left was new boxes with Coleman stuff in them. And you can kind of see the bee activity at the entrance. There's kind of the concept that it's roughly half and half. There's probably a little more activity on the left maybe than on the right, but there's obviously bees coming and going from both. What the plan is here now is to go through and figure out which one of these two is queen right and which one's queenless. The one that's queenless we're going to slow release mated queen into. So that's the plan. What we're going to do is go through and see if we can figure out which one is queen right, which one's queenless. I'm going to take an educated guess at this point. I'm going to start with this right one. The only reason I start with the right one, I see a little less traffic at the entrance than I do on the left. I don't see anybody bringing in pollen on either side. Which is interesting because I know here we've got a lot of dandelions in bloom, but I've been out in the field working, getting ready to plant crops here, and we've got a lot of dandelions still blooming, but there are absolutely no bees on them. Not anywhere in 20-acre field I worked up today. So bumbles are out and they're collecting pollen, but they're not on dandelions. They're actually on some other flowers. Some other weed flowers. So that's not going to help me here to try to determine who may or may not be queen right in this case, because there's no pollen coming in anywhere. And I am going to mix up some pollen sub and probably give everybody just a dab of it. I don't think I'm going to get to it today, but I'll get to it tomorrow and do that. So let's see if we can get through them. Figure out who's queen right and who's queen less in this process. See what kind of attitude these bees have. So these bees here are busy. I had equal amounts of broods and stuff in both these colonies when I did the checkerboarding through them. I don't know, the issue is a lot of the brood is up on these upper frames. If there's a queen in here, she could be up, she could be down. She could be in this box, she could be in the lower box. So I'm hoping that I get lucky here and can kind of tell relatively quick which one's queen right, which one's queen less. This frame here is just some miscellaneous pollen and stuff. This hive sounds a little louder. They just sound a little louder. When I'm in here, they're roaring. So we'll see. So first thing I'm going to do is scan for queens. The other thing would be too if I saw queen cells, if they started taking eggs and drawing out a queen cell, then I'd feel pretty confident this one's a queenless one. But scan for queen. Let's see her here. Scan for queen. But they are, yeah, they're building out emergency cells. They're building emergency cells, and they've got larvae in them. And they're building out, there's some down here too. So, This is where I want to be. I don't think I need to look at that other one. It would be wise to look at the other one, but I don't think I need to. So on this frame, see if I can do this without dropping them. Get them kind of rotated around here different. Don't squish anybody. So on this frame, they're building out cells here. 1, 2, 3 there. There's one down there. These have larvae. They're building them out from cells from eggs that were on the frame. Young larvae. So those are emergency cells. There's quite a bit of larvae on this frame. It's hard to see it, but there's quite a bit of larvae on that frame. So I'm between the sound of this hive, I'm reasonably convinced that this is the one that's queenless. The other thing we noticed too is we know some traffic difference between them. Not terrific indicator. None of these are perfect. Eggs would be a good indicator that I'm queen right. I don't know. I will take a quick peek at that other box. I'm not sure that I need to. Yeah, I'm not sure I need to. These girls are getting impatient. So I'll put this back together. Let's see what we got over here in this one. So where they're still loud. So these girls are doing. These girls do not sound as loud. But let's see. All right. And put you girls back together. All right, I've done my investigating and looking at this, and as I've been through this, I'm reasonably convinced that this one here is queenless. That one there is queen right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install a queen in this one here. One more thing here to test the waters. This one I saw they're starting some queen cells, emergency cells in here. We're going to do one more thing to test the waters before I put the queen in. I'm just going to take her and I'm going to set her on the frames. I'm going to kind of observe how the bees react to her in the cage. She's got attendants and stuff with her. So I'm going to see how that goes. So what I have here is I have a mated queen in cage. She's in a California mini cage. See if I can just push these girls out of the way. She's walking around on top of the candy plug. So there she is in there. Looks like that candy plug's pushed up in this one. It says long black tubes. So, what I'm gonna do is, she's got all her attendants and stuff with her. These are the buckwheat that were with her, but I'm just curious here. I'm gonna set her. I'm gonna see what her cast does and see if anybody else comes up and investigates this. So there's some bees coming up from the hive, and they're intermingling with the attendants that were with this queen on the outside of the cage. And they're investigating her. I'm going to let some more come up on there. So I'm watching behavior like this girl right here. She's licking through the screen. She's not trying to bite it. There's some more coming up. Curious to see, and there's some more coming up. They're licking at the cage. She girls push out of the way here for a minute. So that's a good sign. So what we're going to do, we're going to put her in here and see how this goes. The cork's already out of her candy, so she's pretty well set. And I just want to put her in here, candy plug down, and I'm going to just put her in between the frames. So let these girls kind of hop off as they go. Once I get her down in there, I'm just going to push that down into the comb, push these two together so she's secure. I got to go just a touch further. There we go. So I'm just pressing the cage in, so the cage is set so that the screen is facing between the frames. Put the cover back on here. There we go. Okay, we'll come back in a few days and see if they've released her.